Hi, my name is Jordan Melner, and this is my video for Chapter 15, Part 2 on negotiations. We are asked to discuss what are the major issues negotiated between school boards and unions. The first major issue that needs negotiated is the management rights, and those are any rights not given to the union in the collective bargaining agreement. So these are rights such as supervising operations, control over property and equipment, introducing new methods, programs, and procedures, and then the hiring and firing of employees. So those are set right away so that they know who has rights over what. Then next, it's recommended that there's a narrow grievance definition, and that's the way that complaints are expressed, processed, and judged. And the narrow grievance definition limits complaints to only the specific written agreement. Another negotiation that is discussed is the no strike provision. This provision puts the union on record against teacher strikes and involves the union in enforcement of the laws prohibiting them. It can also permit management to impose monetary damages on teachers who engage in strikes. Next, we have the zipper clause, which means that after negotiations are made, neither party can continue to negotiate unless both parties agree upon it. So that way they don't continue to negotiate when they should be working towards other things. Another negotiation that was discussed is the maintenance of standards. And really the book just discussed that management should avoid this because they are not mandatory subjects of bargaining. So if that comes up, it should be avoided. And then a just cause clause. So if there is a just cause clause implemented, it must be clearly defined. So an example of this would be no teacher will be fired without just cause. So there needs to be a definition as to what just cause is so that if a situation did come up, then they would know whether or not that teacher should be fired. Another negotiation would be the reduction in force, which protects seniority and years of service in case of a layoff or any situation in which teachers would lose jobs. So teachers that have been with the district longer and have longer years of service would be protected first against teachers who hadn't been in the district as long. One of the major negotiation items is always wages and benefits for employees. There's lots of time devoted to this, and it's often a back and forth for a while until there's agreement. This negotiation deals with increases to wages and improvements in fringe benefits such as insurance and days off, sick days, paid days off, that kind of thing. And then lastly, any other issues that might come up that would be specific to the district. Some of these issues could be the teacher evaluation process, school calendars, and class sizes. The next part that we were asked to discuss would be the new bargaining approaches. So in the past, it was an industrial unionism focus, which focused upon an us versus them mentality. Now it's moved to an emergence of professional unionism, which is more of an existence of a collaborative bargaining. And it also focuses on connecting teacher participation in educational decisions to taking responsibility for outcomes. This approach is considered to be more hands-on, and and the bargaining back and forth is more collaborative. So it focuses on ongoing problem solving between both parties, and it's also called a win-win bargaining because joint committees deal with each of the problems presented, so people from both parties get to have their say and listen to each other before they come up with a conclusion. And they also work together based on agreed upon ground rules. And the professional unionism just really allows for a more calm and easy working environment to have these negotiations happen. Thanks for listening. Happy Thanksgiving.